Welcome to another episode of Can We Talk TV. Get to know your hosts, Peter and Helen Yapel, as they are the New York State chapter coordinators of the Human Solution International, where we believe no one should go to jail for a plan. Peter and Helen are ministers, living the changes they wish to see in the world. Peter is a patient that learned the science behind the cannabis plant as he healed. Helen supported and cared for him by learning the medicinal values of foods, and now their allegiance is to the plant. Currently, they teach. They spread the knowledge that they've acquired through all social media, radio, and now through TV. So sit back and learn how to simplify and live a canna lifestyle.
Welcome to another episode of Can We Talk, everyone, where we live the changes we wish to see in the world.
Yeah, we join us here each week, guys, where we try to entertain you and educate you and teach you how to live a canna lifestyle. We had a pretty interesting week in viewing a couple different things.
Yeah, a couple things that upset us both.
Yeah, well, probably three things, really. Probably two things that upset us.
Well, we talked about the one. We
Yeah.
talked about the one last week with the 160 Minutes show. Which
Yeah.
Now, what did they say about that?
Oh, well, the 60-minute show we're referring to is last week when we spoke to you about how they changed the wording on inside packaging pamphlets on opiates to make them good for long-term, extensive, full around-the-clock use back in 2001 without any medical proof proving that it was safe to do that when the studies showed from the 60s that it wasn't. And that's why it was scheduled and prescribed the way it was. Well, after 60 Minutes ran their story.
Now they're going to take a closer look at it.
Now, the government's response was they will now take a closer look at the labeling. So, you know,
it's a joke.
It is.
It's such a joke.
And we're used to dealing with that, and we're used to it, especially when it comes to anything pharmaceutical. You got to remember, there's no other industry in the world that runs the world other than the pharmaceutical industry. There's no other more powerful industry. You can talk about fossil fuels, which we're going to speak about a little bit today. Yeah. Being another, multi-trillion dollar, industry
that's killing us
all.
Right,
that's another one. But it just seems to be the biggest industries in the world are the most harmful to us.
Yes.
And
so what do we do about that?
Right.
I mean, what do we do about that?
Well, I'll tell you what some people are doing. There's a girl in Oregon.
A young girl in Oregon, very young girl. She's 23
girl.
Now.
Yeah, she was 19.
Yeah.
She has a lawsuit against the United States, Juliana versus the United States government. And this lawsuit is brought forth by her. She was 19 years old. She was a college student. She was involved in wildfires around her home. And the toxicity of the fires now are so great because of the climate change and the way that we don't have water, and there's drought, there's all these things that hinder, but the smoke levels were so high they were beyond severe.
Yeah.
And that's
according
outside, to walk outside
carbon
their
emissions.
houses because of carbon emissions. Okay, carbon emissions. Now, when they brought this forth, she brought it forth showing that from the mid-1900s until present day, we've produced, with fossil fuels, 12.5 million years worth of carbon waste in shortly 200 years. That's insane. That's insane. I mean, we're killing ourselves. Now,
we're dying, literally. I mean, and not from the things we think we're dying from.
But not, mind you, this is brought forth. The lawyers. What was the lawyer's name?
The lawyer's name is Julia. What's her name?
Julia Owen or something?
Olson.
Olson.
Yeah, Julia Olson.
And she, is the one representing these clients. And they have a committee of 10 students across the nation in different ecosystems.
Founded, yeah.
Right, different ecosystems that show how they're affected by climate change and such. And they range from 6th graders
right on to
college students.
Yeah.
I mean, so everyone in every age group is taking an interest in saying, if we don't stop this, we won't have a planet.
But see, again, this also, it's a wonderful thing that they're at such a young age. But again, there's too few of us that know too much and too little that don't know enough.
Well,
so here we go again. Now we need more kids, more young
Right.
people to get on board and having the knowledge with climate control and the disasters that happens because of it, and other things. I mean, there's so many different things that we should be taught that we are not.
Right, right.
That are important just to sustain life, and we don't even have a clue.
Well, the thing they're saying, too, is if we sustain these admissions and we continue to admit, and believe me, we're admitting more and more every year.
Oh, they're taking, they understand, they're saying, yeah, they
by,
get it.
Right, by mid-century of this century, you know, by 2050, we won't be able to live.
That's it. So now, so 2050, we are coming up on
Guys,
2020. 30 years, don't think 30 years
30 years goes
is
fast,
a whole lot.
man. It goes
It's not. Just think about
fast.
now, I mean, the young ones that are in their 30s right now, having babies. Think
Well,
about it. Think about the life that you've lived.
And just think of carbon emissions. It affects everything, from the
Exactly.
water you drink to the air you
food.
breathe to the food you input
That's
into
right.
your body.
Everything. So now, not only are we being, you know, we're targeted by, like I'm always screeching about, Monsanto and all these steroids and antibiotic-induced foods that we have running through every generation.
Now we can't even just deal with the earth
Yeah,
itself
it's
because of how we're damaging it.
we're constantly being attacked.
Well,
From
you know,
every side in every way, and it's war.
I think the funniest thing about this whole suit is when the lawyer brought this to the government, they flat out said, since Lyndon B. Johnson was in office,
that they
Lyndon
knew.
B. Johnson, folks, 50
Yep,
years
50 years ago.
they wrote that carbon emissions and climate control were major issues. 50 years ago,
And they did
these were
nothing,
major
and
issues.
nor did any president after that.
Every president's known.
And they've known.
Everyone
did nothing
has
about
known.
it.
This was brought forth during the Obama administration. So don't
now
think
it's
that
taken
so,
these
right.
kids-
As much as Obama was pro, you know, energy efficiency as everybody believes he is, this was brought forth during him.
During
and
his
since,
administration, yes.
Since this has been brought, this was brought before a court in South Carolina. Ann Atkin was Honorable
Yeah,
Ann
yeah.
Atkin was there, and she said that she would not. She
She's
denied the
saying-
motion to
right. Her motion stands even after the Supreme Court. Her decision stands as and states a climate system provides life and is fundamental to society, and denying it would go against our constitutional right of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Right. So that this lawyer that has brought this up too has said she has more evidence in this case against her opponent than she has ever had in any case she's ever handled. So,
which, come on, we all know this to be true, though. We all know that there's so much evidence to what the government has done in so many different different industries that it's genocide. We have to stop it. We have to stop it. I don't know how we're going to stop it, but we have to stop it.
It's very simple.
There is no
make,
future.
Anything you can make with plastic, you can make with hemp. Anything
That's
you can
right.
fuel with, you
That's
can fuel
right.
with hemp.
There is no future
so
without
listen,
change.
We have to understand this. Hemp can clean the earth. This is a great place for us to start. You know, we now have this big, huge farm bill. We should be planting hemp everywhere to clean our air, to clean our soil, and to clean our water systems. Period.
Yes.
That's it with that piece. But I just think that it's ridiculous that we have to bring suit against a government in order to live a healthy life. I mean, to me, it's just, I mean, what does that say?
Happen?
What does that say?
How does this even happen?
Right, right. But anyway, I wish them luck in the suit. It's been thrown out, as Helen said. They took it to the Supreme Court. They kept Ann Atkin's ruling and said,
her ruling. Thank
"No,
God.
this is literally a human and this is a constitutional issue." Period. So you know,
with that
we can
being
all
said-
do. We can all do better. We all can. Helen and I practice recycling. You know, what happens with it after that, we're not in control of. But again, we are only in control of our own karma.
Exactly, and do your best in each of our homes to recycle, compost. It's important, you know. It truly is. I know my conscience gets to me every time I you know, if I notice myself walking to the garbage instead of the recyclables. look, I catch myself. I won't. And if I do it accidentally in the middle, I'm going back and grabbing it out. You know?
I hear you.
I am.
Well, listen, guys, we're going to take a quick break here. We're going to show you a little infomercial. We'll start doing little infomercials in here about the incredible products of Willow Creek Springs, guys, and you'll get to learn about this incredible product, the process, the place where it comes from, the people we know about, and the people that make this. And
we'll give you little tidbits on and little educations here and there on the endocannabinoid system. CBD
and ways
in
we can help
general.
yourself and improve to live a
Canna
lifestyle.
lifestyle.
Okay, guys, we'll be right back. Pete Yapel, Canna We Talk CBDs, everybody, representing the best product on the planet, Willow Creek Springs. Listen, there's not a time in the day that every human being on this planet doesn't have inflammation ravaging through their body. And CBD treatment using cannabidiol is the only true effective way to reduce this inflammation. At Willow Creek Springs, we have many forms, but I carry with me a sublingual spray on a daily basis. It's 2 milligrams squirt under my tongue whenever I need the relief, whenever I'm feeling a little bit down, even a little bit stressed out. I can do the same thing. CBDs work in many ways. So reach out to us at Canna We Talk CBDs at 845-522-3162. Get yourself hooked up with the best product on the planet. And hey, if you've got a business, this is the stuff you need. We're compassionately priced so that everyone can afford it. Thanks again.
Hi, everybody. I'm the Vice President of the Human Solution International, and my name is Lisa Woolbridge. The reason that I'm involved in the Human Solution International is because I believe that, I don't know if you can see it, but it says no one should go to jail for a plant, and that's the bottom line. No one should go to jail for a plant. And I want to end cannabis prohibition. I don't want to just legalize, as in L-I-E-S. I don't want to be fined to death. I don't want to be persecuted to death. I don't want to have to spend time in jail. People who are in jail now shouldn't be in jail. That's what we do at the Human Solution International. We do court support for people. And we also believe in plants. We believe in plant medicine, and we believe in the cannabis plant. Marijuana is the slang term. Hemp is the English term, and cannabis is the Latin word. And that's what I use, and I use it daily. I use CBD, I use THC, and I'm proud of it. And I'm an adult. I think for myself, and I research. I'm a stage 3 cancer survivor with lymphedema. I don't have to take tramadol, I don't have to take gabapentin, and I don't have to take Lyrica. Why? Because I use plant medicine. Cannabis, I believe, and this is my opinion, and I'm allowed to make my opinion, I believe that via the action of apoptosis that it kills cancer cells. I've had chemotherapy, I've had surgery, my breasts are not real, I've had them chopped off, I've had radiation. When I had radiation, I went and found this plant. This plant is saving my life, I use it every day. I went from being a pool store manager, extremely exposed to chemicals, to now I eat organic and I use plant medicine, and I try and support everybody else who does as well. And I want to help share and educate all of this knowledge so that other people can use it too. And I have to keep this video short because otherwise it won't post. But anyway, if you want information about what I'm talking about, feel free to reach out to the Human Solution International. Feel free to reach out to me on Facebook. The bottom line is, stop the legalize, end prohibition, make the plant available for everybody. It's no different than tomatoes, cauliflower, kale, all that stuff. It's just a plant, guys. It's not going to hurt you. 88,000 people die a year from alcohol. 88,000 people. Nobody ever has died from cannabis. Nobody. Jeff Sessions does not know more than I know. He's an ignorant old man, and I can say that because I'm old, okay? So I'm not an ignorant old woman. I know what I'm talking about because I've done my research and I've studied it, and it's what's keeping me alive. That's why I'm part of the Human Solution International, to keep people out of jail and prison that use our plant, to get people out of jail and prison that are already in there, and to keep this plant available for me and for everybody else. That's why I'm the Vice President of the Human Solution International, and I'm proud.
Good evening, guys. Pete Yapel. I'm a chapter coordinator for Solidarity Over Separation, the New York chapter of the Human Solution International, where we believe nobody should go to jail for a plant. I'm part of the solution because I work tirelessly to come up with new ideas to battle the injustice that people are
that are placed upon people that have been arrested for the use, distribution, manufacture, doesn't matter, of cannabis. Cannabis is a plant that's never hurt anyone. When you have no victim, you have no crime. Without a victim, there's no crime. Yet we send people to jail for life sometimes without the possibility of parole. Craig Cecil, Indiana State Federal Penitentiary, every week we fight and listen to Craig. Craig calls into radio shows, The Cup of Joe, and you know, it's his only outlet. And the thing about it is that he's in jail for a plant. And again, he's not even in jail for the plant. He's in jail because he happened to be a mechanic on a tractor trailer that transported cannabis. But he got life in prison for that. And it's not unusual that this happens. But I'm part of the solution because I continue to educate people. I continue to cut down and back off the stigma. I continue to question those that are in charge when they can't give me proper answer because they can't say anything negative about the plant. I continue to keep the pressure on. I continue to go to court support, write letters, do whatever I can to show the judicial system that we will no longer stand for this injustice. That's why I'm part of the solution. Please, please join us, please. Membership is key and vital. We're all volunteer organization. So whenever we're at court support or we need a letter written, it's written by us. Yeah, we do it. And we do it because we care. And you could join in just as well as we did. Please look us up at www.thsintl.org. Become a member, become a volunteer, help out, do some court support, write some letters. That's all we can ask. But that's why I'm part of the solution, and I surely hope you become part of it as well.
Well, welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
So now we're going to get into this little lovely piece of paper here.
Yeah, I took upon myself to write Governor Cuomo.
Yes, you did.
As I do quite frequently.
Basically, you know.
But demanding an audience, because the simple fact
And
of the matter
offering services.
is that we have a huge amount of policy that's going to be introduced to us within the next year. And these decisions are being made by people that have zero idea about cannabis in general.
Or how to treat with it.
Right, they have no knowledge of the plant and no knowledge of truly the industry, extraction, anything. They have no knowledge of the plant, the product, or the process.
So we reached out, Pete wrote a letter, and we received a response. So we're going to share it with you all, and we're going to kind of pick it apart a little bit. Well,
now mind you, wait a second. We wrote to ask for
a meeting.
A meeting.
It was a meeting. It was a sit. Yeah.
And this is the response I got.
So this says, "Dear Mr. and Mrs. Yapel, thank you for your correspondence to Governor Andrew M. Cuomo regarding the New York State Department of Health marijuana program. Your letter was forwarded to me," which I don't even know.
So
who
in other words,
this is Nicole Quackenbush
from the health department,
PharmD director. So. She says, in January 2018, the Department of Health was charged with conducting a study of the potential impact of regulated adult use cannabis in New York State. The study found that positive impacts of regulated cannabis market in New York State outweigh the potential negative impacts, and the areas of concern can be mitigated with regulations and a robust public health and education campaign.
Time out. Regulations, robust funding, licensing. Let's get your money. That's all that says.
That's all that says right there. And of course, it's more positive than a negative impact. I mean, that just goes without saying.
Well, I mean, come on. Let's be realistic.
If
it's positive, why do we need regulations?
In the department's website, and she gives me the website. Then she says, following the impact assessment, listening sessions were held across the state to obtain feedback from community stakeholders.
Okay, hold on.
Go ahead.
Who are these community stakeholders?
Exactly. Who are they? I didn't know anything about it. Did you?
Well, everybody in New York has more cannabis than me.
Governor Andrew Cuomo also appointed a work group to advise the state on legislative and regulatory approaches needed to protect public health.
Time out. There it tells you right there. He assembled a board,
not
about cannabis or how beneficial it can be or how we can obtain it or whatever, to set up regulations and legislation.
This is
what they do.
provide consumer protections, ensure public safety, address social justice issues, and capture and invest tax revenue.
Time out. What public safety? No one has ever died from cannabis, unlike everything else that they offer us. The Department of Health. The only healthy thing they won't let us have is the one thing that won't kill us.
Now, the workshop consists of these experts. An expert in the field of public health, expert in public safety and economics, as well as a representative of multiple state agencies.
Good. Where is your cannabis person in this? Where's the person that knows the plant? They didn't even mention a doctor, for Christ's sake.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't even mention a doctor. This is the board. He didn't put together a board that was concerned for you and your rights and your ability to use the plant. He put together a board that was going to screw you, regulate you, license you, tax you, and overcharge you. That's what he put together.
That's exactly
and I'm supposed to accept this.
This is supposed to be an acceptance. This letter is supposed to be acceptable, but it's not.
Hold on. Time out again. I want to have a meeting with you. We held a meeting in 2018. What do you tell me? I'm 2 years late? It's still going on. You haven't made a decision. You haven't done anything. We don't have anything on paper.
Nope, we don't.
It's never too late.
So it's in closing. Here we go. The proposed legislation. The Cannabis Regulation and Taxation Act is included as an Article 7 budget bill as part of New York State's fiscal year 2020 executive budget.
Time out. Again, it's an economic thing to them. They're involving the Department of Health with something they consider economic that neither one of them give a crap about as long as they're getting our money. We can grow this plant ourselves, people. Every human being on this planet can put a 5-gallon pail in their home and grow this.
And with the
or outside their backyard, wherever you can.
Of research that we all know has been done. Now, come on, it's all at our fingertips. It's ridiculous that we're still in this fight. It's ridiculous. So, again, this is what we get from our legislation.
So what this means is that what we do is this next. And we were being courteous, and we asked. Now we'll show up.
That's right.
Now we will just drive there. It's an hour. Hell, I drive shit an hour.
Look, this is going to air in the city on Thursdays, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So, Cuomo, you can just rest assured that this doesn't work for either one of us.
No, it doesn't work for us. And you can't pass the buck.
So,
I did not ask
you're
to
not
speak
passing
to the Department
the buck
of Health.
on
If
this.
I want to speak to the Department of
We
Health,
live in this state
I'll write
and
the
we want
Department
to
of Health.
be healthy.
I will write the Department
we
of
have
Health
the
if
right
I want
to
to
be.
speak to the Department of Health. I don't want to speak to the
So
Department of Health.
this will go in the 86 circular file.
Well, it'll be safe as a joke. It's funny. But we like comical, man. But listen, folks, that's how it goes. And when you have to understand, this is the point we're trying to make you all understand. This government,
bull crap.
this whole system doesn't care about you.
Nope.
They don't. They're killing you. They're killing our planet. They won't allow you to be healthy without calling it tax evasion if you want to grow your own plant. That's what Cuomo's saying. He's saying it's tax evasion if I grow my own marijuana.
So if I grow my own tomatoes, it's tax evasion. I grow
my own cucumbers.
I
grow all these things, my God's sakes. I've been tax evading for years. I've been tax evading for years because I grow a garden every year. Because I like to eat from the earth that I grew, something I raised with my own hands. I know what's in it. Now, you want public safety? Let people do that. Don't make them have to go to the street corner to buy a bag of weed. Do it like they used to do it in California. And I'll guarantee I'll have people in California clap when I say bring back collectives. You don't need all this stuff. You need a collective of people that trade and work within each other's system. They set up cooperatives with each other. You can join these cooperatives. And people medicate and help people
Educate yourself, Cuomo. You want to stay in that seat? Educate yourself.
We all say we don't want to rewrite law. We don't want to reinvent the wheel. We want the wheel to keep rolling. We'll take the best of these policies and keep them. But you don't need these laws. You don't need regulation. You don't need licensing. You don't need all this taxation.
No.
You don't. And for people that just sit back up and jump, and they're on the whole, what's the name of that stupid group? Not even normal, because they're idiots, but the other one, treat it like alcohol and
United for
tobacco.
Care?
What's it called? Begins with an R, doesn't it? For Christ's sake.
What are you talking about?
The group that says treat it like alcohol and tobacco. What is that? What's the name of that group? God dang it. Whatever. Whatever. There's this group out there, and they're everywhere. And that's what they want to do. They want to treat cannabis like tobacco and alcohol, the two most taxed substances in the world, the two most unhealthy substances in the world.
Well,
I don't know. All I know is if we
what's
don't,
keeping
as
Big Pharma in
Americans and
business.
as citizens and as people that are ill in this country and people that are sick and tired of carrying around at least five, and they're in a, count them. How many pills you take a day?
oh boy.
It's stupid.
It's ridiculous.
We've already reported, World Health Organization said 25%
Yeah.
of all people in America carry 10 or more prescriptions.
And you are all
5
sleepers.
or more.
That's what I
is
said.
almost
They're all
50%.
sleepers.
Almost 50%. Over 50, 55%, sorry.
Your eyes are open,
55%
your
of
limbs
our
are moving, but
country.
your brains are sleeping.
10 prescription pills. Well, how are you that ill?
Really?
That you need 10 prescription? How are you that ill? That you
I
need
know
5?
how-
I left with a perfectly good heart. They tried to give me 5. A perfectly good heart. They tried to give me 5 prescriptions for it.
Ew.
And you know what? Every other idiot in America would have taken them.
Yep.
Every fool
Yeah,
watching
only
this TV
because
show.
the doctor said so. That is like the most.
It-
That's the funniest
What-
shit I
what
ever
you guys
heard.
don't
It's just-
understand
the
is-
doctor said so I have to do it.
What you
It's
don't
just, come
understand
on, let's get
is-
out of that frame of mind.
if there's nothing wrong with you, you don't have to take something for it. If you've got pain, you deal with it. You treat with a CBD, bring down your inflammation. If you have more pain, you add THC.
We're a society
if
of people
not,
who don't know how
you
to self-soothe.
exercise, you move, you take Epsom salts baths, you spiritually heal, you sit back and meditate. Let your body become one with itself. Find out who you really are. When you do find out who you are, you will be living a canna lifestyle. You will have some homeostasis within your being because you'll treat properly, you'll eat properly, sleep properly, exercise properly, and listen, then you are nothing but a productive human being.
That's right.
When we stop
Amen.
moving our car will rust to the ground. So if you don't think your body's the same way, you're completely mistaken. You're an organic piece of material. And if you don't use it, it don't work. All right, guys, we're going to take another quick break. Sorry for getting so excited, but well, listen, this is important. This is very important, guys. It's truly important that we finally understand that we can take a hold of our own health care. If we would listen to our parents and our
I think
our
we
grandparents.
understand. I think we need to do it. I think we need to get the cojones and do it. Just take control. I mean, we have so much fear. We live on fear. It's like that's all we're worried about. Everybody's afraid of everything. It's just got to stop. We have to make some serious changes. That's for sure.
Yeah, we do. But listen, it all boils back to self. It all boils back to self and individualism, guys. We all have to individually be responsible. It makes for a better planet. Before we go to break, let's talk about this piece because it'll be quick. It's real short. We watched another piece this week. I don't know if it was a documentary or a video or something. But it was about expulsion of positive and negative energies. Okay?
Very cool.
Now, really cool. In Japan, they set glasses of water up on a table in 2 separate rooms, soundproof, so they could be completely different from each other. Same exact climate, same conditions, same water, everything. Boom, in glasses, right? 1 glass here, 1 glass here. The room on the left did nothing but say, I love you. I love you.
All positive.
I love you. Just
things.
like each different statement. They did 4 or
In a
5 different
positive
things, but they just in a
tone.
positive tone with love and with
Right.
happiness and with positivity. In the other room, I want to
Screaming.
kill you. I
Yep.
hate you. You're ugly.
Yeah.
Things like this. They did the same thing, 4 different subjects. After repetitive for about, I think, 5-10 minutes of talking to this water, they flash froze it at like, I forget how many thousands of degrees below zero. But the crystals that formed within the positive ones were beautiful,
Was like art.
vibrant. You could see them. It was like art.
gorgeous.
Right?
It was
they look like
beautiful.
snowflakes, like, you know, and ice crystals like you never see. The ones that were negative energy, destroyed, blackened, no sharp edges, nothing. I swear, the molecules. It was crazy to see. And in each individual occasion, it was the same result, different crystal by what they said.
Yep.
So it just all goes to show that energy is infinite.
Yep.
It travels, and the energy we put out can definitely affect a situation in any given time. So I just thought it was a really cool little
It was
piece.
really cool.
Yeah. But it's neat, and we'll have some of the pictures put up. I'll have Elise edit them in so you guys can see just the differences in them, and because I'll find the piece, and so things are normally simple for me to backtrack to. But all right, listen, we're going to take another quick break, and we'll be right back. Hey everybody, Pete and Helen Yapel, CWT Talk TV. We're down here at Patty on the River in Poughkeepsie.
And it's good.
Oh my gosh,
But
well,
it's
still
sunny.
a beautiful day. Finally a beautiful day. Hey, you can't come to one of these events without having a nice green beer. Green is our favorite color anyway, so you can't go wrong.
What kind of beer is it? Do you know?
I really don't even know what I'm drinking at this point in time. It's more for the camera than it is for myself.
I kind of asked that because I knew you didn't know.
But you can't come to us. Hey, listen, we're going to put together a little piece on this. There's some great vendors down here.
Sure
There's some
is.
interesting things going on in the city of Poughkeepsie, actually. And we're going to be talking about that a little bit on the show. We'll bring that up to you guys. We're going to do a piece on this come April 2nd. Come on down here if you guys haven't been here. Next year, please join the event. It's a little early this year, but heck, everybody's having a good time. There's tons of people in green. Haven't seen a leprechaun yet. I've seen everything.
Great food.
Great jewelry.
Yes, I did. I bought a purse.
What a purse.
I bought some earrings.
So pretty cool, intricate, different businesses, how they set them up.
Yes, yes.
This boutique truck you'll see and such. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
And not only that, they've got
Lowered her
great-
overhead with that.
Oh, yeah. It's a great idea.
Yeah,
She's-
great
she
idea.
can take it anywhere she wants.
She's got great stuff.
And there's great music. So come on down
As you
here
can
next.
hear.
As you haven't been down here, well, come next year. Sorry we couldn't get this out for you. Can't do live while you're, on our TV right now. But until we can, we'll still bring you these events and let you guys enjoy them. Thanks to Elise for showing up. She not only does our editing, she's filming for us today. We always appreciate everything she does for us. So guys, he's from Poughkeepsie, New York, and we'll see you guys soon. Yapel, Can We Talk TV, here at Patty on the River. We've got Sarah with us. And Sarah, why don't you tell us a little bit about why you're here today? So, guys, listen, if you're going to listen to something that's cool and intuitive and a forward movie, this is what you got to get.
So I work with the city of Poughkeepsie on their campaign called PK Go. The whole point of it is to highlight the city and everything that's going on, the people in the city making it great, and the businesses here. And our premier event is PK Go Getters. Jessica Matthews, who grew up here in Poughkeepsie, went to Lourdes when it was in the city of Poughkeepsie, went off and invented this thing called the socket, and it's a soccer ball that stores kinetic energy, so kids can go play with it and then bring it back and turn on a light, charge a phone, stuff like that, and it's being used in developing countries. She just got backed by Disney, which is huge, and she is coming to Poughkeepsie for a free event to talk about this, about her life, how this has impacted her, and stuff like that. There'll be a meet and greet afterwards at 40 Cannon Street, right across from the Bardavon. It's going to be a great time.
Excellent, excellent. Hey, listen, this is just another way that we can eliminate fossil fuels and save the planet in which we live on. This should be a great event. I hope to see. I'm going to be there. We'll be covering it, hopefully, and we'll hope to see you there again, crossing the Bardavon on April 2nd. Thanks, everybody. This is
All right, Poughkeepsie, how's everybody doing today? Patty on the River. We're in the Arabats, folks. We're going to ruin our streets for the next hour and a half or so. Fire it up!
Well, welcome back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that.
Hey, listen, we offer some great product.
We do.
You know, we have the best product. That's in
We
my
have
opinion
the
on
best
the planet.
product, but we have the most compassionate prices.
Yes.
And that is probably what I love the most, is that anybody can afford us.
Yeah.
And that's
We can
the
make
best
our
part.
product affordable for anybody.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And that speaks volumes. So.
Well, that's what it's truly all about, and that's what we started to get a little away from, and that's why we came back to where we were, and it was important for us to get back to that, to get back to that. Well, it wasn't that we ever abandoned it. It's just that we didn't have the ability to offer a compassionate price in the situation we were in.
Yeah, well, in that situation, certainly, but now it's completely different. But we should have never stepped away from that. But anyway,
yeah, that's fine. Hey, listen, it's all learning. But Willow Creek Springs, listen, I hope the universe, if the universe can align once, it would be great. Because April 12th, I'd love to be there to that.
Yeah, I know
TP
you would,
ceremony.
and I'm the one to tell you we probably can't do it.
I know. Hey, listen, if you got a van that you've driven across the country, I'm only kidding.
Scooby-Doo here will hop right in.
I'm only kidding. But no, seriously, I got to get back out to California and get back with Joe Grumbine. It was great to see him again. We saw him a few weeks ago, as we mentioned, in Philadelphia at George's Place, the Hip Hem Cafe. Listen, me and Helen, we go to community to teach the endocannabinoid system and good health because we see what happens in communities. We see lives that are destroyed. We see families that are, torn apart. We see people dying from sound medical advice. And they get into this mill. Like, we all know it. I mean, we hear the stories.
We've all been there.
No,
One point or another, we've been
we
there.
hear the stories and we see it and we've lived them. But we see the stories of these kids now that are, you know, they get hurt. And, you know, I mean, gosh, guys, I was born with the birth defect and my ankles would hurt me every night. I had to wear braces on my legs. And my mom would have to exercise my ankles every night. And they would hurt me so bad sometimes I'd wake up like 3 in the morning crying, just excruciating pain. And my mom would put ice packs on my ankles and sing to me. She wouldn't stick an opiate in my mouth. She didn't even give me an aspirin for Christmas' sake.
Well, the parents these days, that's what they're taught to do, is, you know, especially when they come out with OxyContin for an 11-year-old.
Right.
You know, it's chewable.
Right. At this point in time, my bones were being corrected,
Yeah,
you know, so it's very
yeah,
painful.
yeah.
And I did that with ice and my mom's singing voice. My mom's singing voice and some ice, guys.
And your body is your survival tool for your soul to get through those painful times, and you utilized it correctly.
And I twist my ankle every third.
Figure.
I twist my ankle every 3rd week, and you know what my father do?
What?
Smack me in the back of the head and say, "Get up and walk on
That's
that
right.
thing."
Get
up and walk on
I
that
saw
thing.
a post. There was a woman who had a 12-hour migraine, and she used a clip, like a potato chip
Right here.
bag clip,
Right here.
right
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
and took her migraine.
No, well, yeah, every
away.
time. You don't ever see me do that when I start to get a headache. I do that. Yeah, it's a pressure point.
yeah.
It'll take away your headache.
The only
That's
thing
crazy.
that could take her 12-hour migraine away, and she did.
But that's it.
You know?
But see, we don't have to run and
Yeah.
shove
We're
all
not.
this-
Yeah, we don't need the Pez dispensary of big pharmaceutical. So.
Hey, listen, they mean well, I believe.
That was hilarious.
Hey, listen, I'm going to be
They
honest with
mean
you.
well, I
Helen and I do know a lot of doctors. We talk to a lot of doctors probably daily. We
I
either
talk-
eat lunch with them
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's no BS. And it was funny. I went to an establishment, met a gentleman that's nephew I helped treat. He has colon cancer, and thank God it's going away, man. It's going away, man. So that's the beauty of this, people. No
That is the
chemotherapy,
beauty
none
of
of
it.
that stuff. He's living a healthy life now.
Yeah.
But anyway, I go to meet
But-
him,
and that's-
talk to him about medicine he might have needed, and Doc is sitting at the bar with him, and and me and Ed talk. I know the guy sitting at the bar next to him says, "Oh, was he one of your contractors?" Because he hears us talking business. He just figures just figures I'm one of his contractors. And Doc goes, "Oh no, he ain't one of his contractors." He goes, "He saves lives." He goes, "Oh no, Doc, you're a doctor. You save lives." He goes, "No, I save feet. That man saves lives." So it was a pretty good compliment, coming from somebody in the medical profession. But and it's not about that. It's just that smile I just got there is just because he's doing better. I mean, we've got people that have had brain cancer and lung cancer at the same
Doing
time.
better,
no
way
brain
better.
cancer, half the size of the mass
Yeah.
in their lung.
So it works, and look, it's a lifestyle, and that's what Pete and I promote. We are Can We Talk 420. We are not just Can We Talk 420. Everybody says 420 because of the cannabis. I get it.
No.
The cannabis is in Can We Talk. The 420 is representing a holistic, organic lifestyle like water, as organic and clean as water.
So with
as
cannabis,
it
with
should
water,
be.
so it was just a mesh of
It
the
was
420.
exactly. So it is a lifestyle. That is what we promote through spiritual guidance, education of the endocannabinoid system and CBDs. That's how
Spirituality,
spiritual
education,
guidance,
and food.
Yeah, and through those things, that's how we came up with and are promoting our brand, which is coming along famously.
Listen,
I have to say,
if you
really
look
coming along.
back, shoot, 3 years ago, 2016, when I was probably at my sickest, and you understand that incorporating this, living the way we did. I'm doing a TV show today. I do a radio show. Me and Helen educate constantly. 2016, I was awake an hour a day.
Yeah.
Because I
couldn't stay
awake. So does it work? Hell yeah! Look at me. Every day. Does it work? Heck yeah! I can give you a list of people, a list of people that treat every day, and a list of people that thank the heavens and the universe and the energies that be every single day for that plant that grows on this planet. They thank it for that planet, for that plant, you know? And people don't get it. Like
People don't get it.
Like,
And
I think that
they think it's just too good to be true. And
right.
it's just...
I held up 131 pills a day. It was a gallon-sized bag
Bigger
of
than his
pharmaceuticals
head.
that I used to take, and I held up a syringe of cannabis oil.
Yep.
And I just
That's his
switched
medicine
all
now.
of those for that. All of them. All. And when I go to the hospital now and they go down, you're not on this no more, that no more. Listen. You can stop. I'm not on anything.
When he goes to when we go to the doctor, it's such a joke anymore because they don't even know what to do with him. They don't know even how to talk to him because they don't understand the holistic side of medicine at all.
And they don't understand the post-traumatic stress disorder that I have from what they've done to me.
Yeah, the way that they try to handle him, like this last time that we went in, is they try and they bring in like the cockiest doctor they can find that I guess is bullies around his patients. And
But
they
he don't
send
work
him
with
in.
me.
Well, guess what? It didn't work, and not for nothing. I can chew up a bully and spit him out. So. It wasn't working sending him in the room.
Well,
That's
when we
for
got
sure.
sent to the other doctors, the first thing out of his mouth was, "What are you doing scaring all these other doctors?" I'm not scaring anybody. I'm just
That's
saying I'm
right.
not going to conform to the crap.
Yeah,
If I don't need 5 medicines, I'm not taking 5 medicines. Period.
It was ridiculous, the whole thing, and I think that day too they had charged us the $50 to see the one doctor, then sent us to the other doctor. Pete's sitting there going, "There's no way they're charging me.
I'm not paying
for
another
this.
copay.
I am not paying for another
to walk
copay for a
2
specialist."
doors. I walked literally across the hall.
Well, and especially here, we were specifically there to get this nuclear scan that his cardiologist said was imperative. He had to get it. We would be doing it here right now, but we have to give your kidneys a break. So we can't do it right now. We have to do it in a couple days. He goes in there, and that scan is completely out the window. Oh, you probably just need these inhalers instead.
Yeah.
You know what? Kiss my ass.
And get a pulmonary test done.
I mean,
Listen,
shit.
pulmonary test done. I don't have anything wrong with my lungs, man. It's not what it is. But whatever, again. Again, take control of your own health. Know what's wrong with you. Know your body. Don't waste money. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your energy.
Utilize the doctors what they should be there for. Taking your tests. If you need them as a part of your remedy, then make it a choice that you have. Not that you're obligated to utilize them to treat your ailment, because you're not.
Some of the richest
not the
doctors.
only choice.
You ask any doctor, they'll tell you you don't really need to go to a doctor unless your life's in danger. You've been in a car accident, wreck. They don't go. They don't go. Why? Because not because they're doctors and can take care of us. They just don't go because you don't need to go. You just don't. People get colds, people.
People
get
sick.
rashes even.
People get sick.
People get sick. People catch bugs. I mean, you know when your life's in danger,
right.
for Christ's sake. Anyway, that's
Well,
it for
on
this
that
week.
note,
What do
yes.
you think? Nah, we can wrap it up
up.
for this week. Yeah. Excellent. All right, guys. Till next week. We hope you join us next week where we'll continue to educate you, we'll entertain you, and hopefully you'll learn how to live a Canna lifestyle.
And live the changes you wish to see in the world. Be the best you can be.
That's it. Till next week, everybody. Peace.
Let me run with you tonight. Take me on a moonlight ride. There's someone that I used to see, but she don't give a damn about me. Let's get to the point. Let's roll another joint. Head on down the road. There's somewhere I gotta go. I've got a little space to fill. Let's get to the point. Let's roll another joint. Head on down the road. There's somewhere I gotta go. You don't know how it feels. You don't know how it feels. No, you don't know how it feels. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Helen. Here's another song I'm very partial to. He threw one down from the top of the stairs. Beautiful women